Hello everyone, this is Chakawat here, and today I am going to be presenting to you 15 nifty loading screens from the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. This video will also include loading screens added with the Shivering Isles DLC, and there will be some minor spoilers for questlines and plot points that I will reveal when elaborating on the importance of some of the anecdotes found in the loading screens, so you have been warned. 15. The Drothmeri army is founded and funded by Frothan Drothan, a rogue archmage of the Great House Telvanni. At the time of the Oblivion crisis, the Drothmeri army was a small group of mostly Dunmer mercenaries and criminals whose goal was to eventually overthrow the Empire. On the road to accomplishing this, Frothan Drothan took his army to Sundercliff Watch in order to search for Mehrunes Razor, an artifact of the Daedric prince Mehrunes Dagon. The quest to obtain the razor is added with the Mehrunes Razor official plugin for Oblivion. 14. The symbol of Coral is the Great Oak, an ancient tree where the townsfolk gather to share the news of the day. Coral is located in the Colovia region of Cyrodiil, and since the First Era is said to have housed its Chapel of Stendarr, divine of mercy and justice. Though the city has faced many hardships, including the Soul Burst, the Three Banners War, and the Oblivion Crisis, its great oak has stood strong in the center of the city. 13. You'll find rare ingredients in the Plains of Oblivion that may prove useful when performing alchemy. The realm found by going through the Oblivion gates is full of dangers and treasures, and the alchemist in me needed to put this loading screen on the list. Some of the useful ingredients found in the Plains of Oblivion include bloodgrass, harada, daedra hearts, daedra silk, daedra venom, daedroth teeth, and scampskin. 12. Bruma builds in wood harvested from the native forests of the High Gerals, and her houses and halls often bear decorative carved timbers in the Nordic style. As Cyrodiil is, in many ways, the hub of Tamriel, it is inhabited by all the races, who in turn bring their cultures to the places they live. Bruma, located in the northern Nibene region in the Dural Mountains, has a heavy population of Nords from Skyrim. As such, the architecture of Bruma is very influenced by the architecture of Skyrim. 11. The abandoned house on the eastern edge of Shadenhall is never spoken of publicly, and the Count refuses to even acknowledge its existence. The boarded-up abandoned house in Shadenhall is ignored and shunned by the citizenry of the town, because deep within its walls lies a bustling Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. The Shadenhall sanctuary at the time of the Oblivion Crisis was overseen by legendary assassin Lucien the Chance. It is rumored that the Count of Shadenhall, Andel Indaris, knows of the location of the sanctuary within the house, but has either been bribed or threatened into silence. 10. The first arena blademaster was Gaiden Shinji, a fierce and noble warrior of the Order of Diagna. Alive during the First Era, Gaiden Shinji is now a famed Redguard hero of Tamriel. He founded the arena in the Imperial City and served as its first blademaster. Many warriors and fighters will repeat Shinji's anecdotes and advice and regard him with reverence. The Order of Diagna was a Yokudan religious order devoted to the Redguard deity Diagna, the sword god. Shinji was killed during the siege of Orsinium during a duel with Balaf Bloodtusk, as both of them were struck with arrows at the order of a Reachman general named Mercedine. 9. Countess Melona Umbranox of Anvil is well loved by her people. She lost her husband many years ago. When the hero of Kavach meets Melona Umbranox, her husband has been missing for 10 years. For 10 years, a noble Imperial has also had his face hidden by the cowl of the Grey Fox. If one goes through the entirety of the Thieves' Guild questline, the hero aids the Grey Fox in stealing an Elder Scroll from the Imperial Palace. Using the power of the scroll, the Grey Fox breaks Nocturnal's curse on the Grey Cowl, and his identity as Corvus Umbranox is allowed to re-emerge into history, allowing him to be reunited with his wife. 8. Pale Pass was the rumored location of the Akaviri headquarters during their invasion of Cyrodiil. The actual location of the fort has been lost over hundreds of years. Pale Pass is a secluded passage located in the Jural Mountains. An ancient Akaviri artifact sought after by collectors, the Draconian Madstone is said to be kept hidden within the walls of Fort Pale Pass, which was used by the Akaviri during the First Era. 7. Yanis Halsildor, Count of Skingrad, has ruled Skingrad for many years, and is known by reputation to be a powerful wizard. The keywords in this loading screen are many years. That would be quite a bit of an understatement, as during the time of the Oblivion crisis, the Count and his wife Rona had been vampires for at least 50 years. Halsildor is a competent leader and a skilled sorcerer, and the citizenry of Skingrad accept his antisocial behavior. However, his vampirism remains a secret. Though a vampire, he is benign, and cares deeply for his wife, who wishes to be cured of her condition. 6. It is rumored that screams of agony are carried away on the wind as it passes through Zicellum. In the region of Dementia, there lies the ruins of Zicellum, which are the home of a Dunmer sorceress named Relmina Verenim. A unique individual in the Isles, Verenim was chosen personally by Sheogorath to be brought to the Shivering Isles. In the ruins, she conducts horrid, inhumane experiments on, in her words, willing volunteers of the Isles, where she subjects them to intense amounts of pain to study their reactions. In the ruins, she also constructed the gatekeeper that guards the gates of madness from unwanted visitors. 5. Split is a community divided between Mania and Dementia. Its citizens are mirror images of one another, constantly struggling for control of the town. Split is a peculiar town, even for the Shivering Isles, that is nestled just on the border of the regions of Mania and Dementia. Each resident of the town is actually split in two, with one half living in the manic part of the town and the other half living on the demented side. The doubles have come to vehemently hate each other and wish to live a life without a counterpart, as they tend to put a damper on each other's way of life. It is said that Split was created when a mage cast a spell on the town to prove their hypothesis that each person contains a manic and demented side. 4. So long as you and your descendants shall wear the Amulet of Kings, then shall this dragon fire burn, an eternal flame, as a sign to all men and gods of our faithfulness. There are many theories as to what the red diamond in the Amulet of Kings truly is. However, something that's undisputed is that the Amulet of Kings may only be worn by those with the blood of a dragonborn, a descendant of Alicia herself. During the very early days of Tamriel, when the Nedic humans were enslaved by the Aliens, Akatosh made a covenant with Alicia, by making her a dragonborn. So long as a dragonborn wore the Amulet of Kings, Akatosh would keep the plains of Oblivion sealed away from the mortal plane. 3. For as long as people have lived in Breville, the statue of the lucky old lady has been considered a symbol of good fortune. Stop by, and the lady may grant your blessing. The story of the lucky old lady begins with a young girl born to a prostitute and an unknown man. Bullied for her lack of knowledge regarding who her father was, the young girl cried often. However, one day, a vigilant of Stendar took pity on the girl and saw the beauty within her. He told her that she was a child of luck. The girl became a barmaid and was beloved for her kindness. One day, she took in a man in rags and cared for him. That man turned out to be a prince who, to pay her back for her kindness, showered her in wealth and riches, which she then shared with the citizens of Breville. Unfortunately, the sweet tale of the lucky old lady has a blight upon it, as the very statue to commemorate her hides the crypt of the Night Mother and the 5 children of the Dark Brotherhood. 2. Logran Benaris, who mysteriously disappeared over 100 years ago, was the original owner of Benaris Manor. Benaris Manor is a grand, luxurious manor in Anvil that has been left silent and unkempt by the townsfolk. Velwyn Benaris is eager to wash his hands of his family home after his grandfather Logran became obsessed with necromancy. Logran used the magic to prolong his life and eventually become a lich, and summoned many spirits to haunt the manor. And for number 1. There is a chamber in Knife Point Hollow that has been sealed for millennia. Few but Sheogorath knows who or what is imprisoned there. Deep within Knife Point Hollow is perhaps the very person who knows the mad god Sheogorath better than any of his devotees, better than any scholar, maybe even better than the mad god himself. Daius is an Imperial, whom Sheogorath made immortal and imprisoned in Knife Point Hollow. Daius served as a librarian to the Daedric Prince Jiggalag, champion of order. Every Grey March, Sheogorath disappears from the Shivering Isles, and Jiggalag destroys the vibrant plain by bringing order. Then, afterwards, Sheogorath returns to rebuild his realm. However, Daius knows that, truthfully, Sheogorath and Jiggalag are two sides of the same god, fighting for freedom from each other. I hope you've enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and please remember that if you are going to refer to me in the comments, my pronouns are he, him. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
Do you believe in kissing honey? You bet I do. Well, I believe